Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi, hello, welcome once again. Welcome to the MindEngineerAli's T20 World Cup journey. Yes, as we were discussing yesterday in the last episode about the learnings from the story I narrated from Bumrah, I want you to understand that going at the elite levels, it's a totally different ball game. Anyways, before we go into the nitty gritties of that ball game, what happens, how elite players perform, how they do what they do, and why they do what they do, let's do a little bit of recap of how this journey started. Uh, I flew away from here to Dubai, and from Dubai, some of the Afghani players and officials they joined me because what had happened was that a few of the players had already gone there earlier. So we joined them a little bit late, but it was all fun. It was thrill. It was excitement. It was already an adrenaline rush. The most interesting part of that journey was when we landed on the Gatwick Airport in London. At the immigration counter, there were two players who were ahead of me and two were behind me. So at the immigration counter, the immigration officer, when my turn came, asked me, "So, why are you going to do there in West Indies? In London?" I said, "No, I'm not staying in London. I'm going to West Indies." He said, "What are you doing? Why are you going there?" I said, "To lift the World Cup." And he smiled at me and he said, "Oh, you think you can beat us?" I said, "We've already beaten you in the previous World Cup. This time, you're not our concern. We are here to lift the cup." And he was like, "Oh, what a confidence." And the players were telling me, "Sir, what are you doing? Ali bhai?" I said, wait. That's the mindset we have to go with. And where we go wrong at times is the approach that we take towards anything. I always say that the worst enemy that we have within us is that inner critic, because that inner critic gives us something called fear. What is fear? Fear to me is, as you would probably be seeing on your screen, first and all relations. And the first relation you end is with your own self. So what happens is it's a cycle that you have to understand. And I think, again, hopefully it will be on the screen as well, that we are in the present moment. Before we go to the future or we take another step, what happens is it's like a vicious cycle which keeps on going. From present, we don't look at to the future what we are going to do, but what we do look is, oh, same thing in the past gave me goosebumps. Same thing in the past I failed. Same thing in the past I could not achieve because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then when I apply that principle to this present moment, I ruin this moment too. So past, present. It keeps on swinging between the two. And that is what stops me from taking that next step, which could have been the difference which I did not do in the last time. So it's not that my past attempts, I always give the example of Edison. He took 1,000 attempts to make one bulb. And when he was asked, he said, "I now know 999 times how not to make a bulb." So every time he did, next thing was something different. So these are a little bit of apprehensive thoughts that go between champions and normal people. Champions overcome that fear. They know how to cross that hurdle. So, anyways, we were coming back to the story. That was very, very interesting. And the officer called another officer, and these 2, 3 guys, they started saying, "So should we allow him to go inside? He's going to beat us. He thinks he's going to lift the cup." I said, "I'm sure, officer, everybody would want us to win the cup because we are the best team, isn't it?" And the officer started smiling. And of course, they stamped my passport, and I went inside and then took my other flight, and we went to Trinidad and Tobago. So Trinidad and Tobago, wow! The moment we landed over there, that was also very, very interesting. You can say feeling, if not the journey. when we reached Trinidad and we reached the hotel place, everybody was there. We had a lot of fun. We met them because they were there already for about 2 weeks, and we had joined them 2 weeks later. Uh, we had a meeting, and in that meeting, I asked the entire team sitting over there, I asked them, why are you here? What brought you to this place? And they unanimously said, to play the World Cup. Ah. And I said, I'm sorry. If you are here to play the World Cup, you will only be one of the playing teams. So just think about it. Just think why you are here. Somebody said, reach the semi-finals. I said, that means you are again limiting yourself. And then what? Then be honest and open. Everybody, every team is here, not for tourism, but to lift the cup. And that was the mindset that I was trying to change, or I did work with them on this one. So that they realized that yes, that's right. We are here to lift the cup. That mindset was their motivator. That mindset was their, thought process changer. Uh, Although when I talk to them in general, for them, because nobody had rated Afghanistan team, to reach that level of semi-finals. So for them, reaching a semi-final itself was a victory, as good as lifting a World Cup. So I always tell this to people, and when I was talking to Gurbaz, he admitted this thing. He said, "Sir, when we flew." And I think you would have heard that in one of my other videos with Gurbaz. He says it from hearing from the horse's mouth. He said that when we flew here, our aim was to reach the semi-finals. And I'm gonna end my today's or this session on this particular sentence, that achieving high is not a crime, but aiming low is a crime. So if you aim low, you cannot achieve high. Aim high and you will achieve. And this is how the whole universal system works. See you in the next video.